How's it going? So, as some of you might have seen on some of my social media over the last couple weeks, we did a little bit of traveling. First time we've traveled since 2019. Much needed, and it was great. However, at the same time, it was a little weird after the year that we've had with COVID and all the restrictions and stuff. It felt a little strange. The one thing I've always struggled with as a video creator is I'm never shooting enough footage. I always plan like, all right, we're going on this trip, so I'm gonna vlog the whole thing, and then I'll separate it into a couple different videos and we'll be good to go. I did shoot a shit ton of footage. I shot a bunch of stuff. I pretty much documented the whole trip, but I didn't shoot enough to make coherent stories. I didn't shoot, intros to vlogs. I didn't talk a lot. I just kind of shot a lot of static stuff and B-roll of what we were doing and where we were. So I just decided to wait until I get home to put all the footage into a video like this and just kind of chat about the experience, because there were some really cool experiences on this trip. So jumping right into it, we left on Wednesday, May the 12th, and drove down to definitely got here at the perfect time. They're repainting the Black Lives Matter Parkway. Is that what it's called? Black Lives Matter Parkway? Yeah. Black Lives Matter Plaza, not Parkway. The street that they renamed. They're painting the Black Lives Matter on the road. They're repainting it. The reason we went to DC isn't because of anything political or any of that bullshit, politics and all that. Literally, we just like that city. On Wednesday, we got there later in the day, and we stayed at a place called the Hamilton Hotel, which was beautiful. And then the next day, Thursday, we just walked around for the entire day. I think we walked close to 30 miles that day. And I'm still suffering from that. I'm still recovering from that day of walking almost 30 miles. It was nuts, but we went pretty much around the entire city. We did actually go to the only museum open in Washington, D.C., which is the International Spy Museum. So we walked a 30-minute walk to this Spy Museum and looked at all the stuff there and walked through the museum and saw the James Bond 007 Aston Martin DB5, which was awesome. That was the highlight of that museum for me, at least, because that's just an absolutely beautiful car and just an iconic car. So that was great. And then on the way back, the museum back to the hotel, that 30-minute walk, we were just so beat from the 30-mile walk we had already done that we took scooters. I like scooter. We took scooters back to the hotel, and that was a joy. And then on Friday, we departed Washington, D.C. for our second destination on this lovely little vacation, which was Nags Head, North Carolina. Okay, Nags Head is located on a tiny little strip of land separated from the rest of the East Coast. Yes, it's called the Outer Banks. Yes, this is what that Netflix show was based off of. Yes, I did enjoy the show, but I digress. On this side, you have the ocean, and on that side, you have what they call the Sound, which is the water between this island, this little strip of land, and the mainland, so to speak. So it's just this tiny little strip of land, ocean on one side, technically ocean on the other side, just not quite the same. Pretty interesting. Feels like I'm on a big boat. So we drove from Washington, D.C. down to Nags Head, North Carolina. It was another 5-hour drive to get to the house that we were staying in. So this is the little house that we're staying in while we're here. Little living room area, kitchen, dining room. Got bedroom number 1 over there, which we're just using for our clothes. Bedroom that we're sleeping in, bathroom, Down there is just another bedroom to the left, and then the door to get outside to the right. And then there's, of course, the crow's nest, which is my favorite part, with a great view of the beach. I mean, there's the entrance to it right there. I am not a beach guy. I don't really care to sit on the beach that much. It's just not my thing. I'm more of a lake or river type person. I like fresh water, that kind of vibe. Being at the beach, I mean, I've been going to Maine to the beach since I was a little kid, and I love it there. But actually, like, sitting on the beach all day is just not my thing. However, we did do that on this trip, and I did enjoy it after the year that we've had. I'll be honest. The beach was fine with me. Sitting out there just relaxing, it was good stuff. We were in North Carolina for about 5 days. We didn't really do quite a lot of crazy stuff. We just kind of sat on the beach, relaxed, went for walks, ate some really great food, went to all the stupid little souvenir shops and all that stuff, and then we did take a drive south. There's a lighthouse there, the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse, and it's one of those ones that's got the spirally paint job on it, and it's just, I love lighthouses. I've always had an interest in lighthouses, so I really wanted to see that. So we drove down there. It was about an hour-and-a-half drive, and on the way down to that lighthouse, we actually stopped somewhere that Danielle found out and really wanted to go to. So if you've ever seen the movie Nights in Rodanthe, which I had never seen until last night when Danielle made me watch it after we went on this trip, well, the house that's in that movie, if you've never seen the movie, here's a photo of the house. It's right on the beach, right? It's literally right on the beach, pretty much in the Atlantic Ocean. And that house that's in the movie is a real house, and it was really there on the beach, and they really filmed it there. It's not actually on the beach anymore. It's not in the ocean right there, because they condemned the house after a hurricane, and it got really dangerous, so they wouldn't let anybody in it or near it. And someone actually bought it and moved it like a couple miles down the road and made it look exactly like it did in the movie. I mean, I've never seen the movie or anything like that, but being someone that likes movies and likes filmmaking, it's actually pretty cool. We just walked like a half a mile down the beach to see this, which is the Ocean Pursuit, which is a fishing boat that hit land back in March of 2020. And the crew actually had to be airlifted by the Coast Guard with the Coast Guard helicopter off of the ship. And now it's just sitting on the beach, and it's sinking into the beach. That was just super cool to see. There's signs everywhere saying not to go on it. I really, really, really wanted to go on it because I just wanted to take some cool photos and videos of it, but I didn't go on it because it is sinking into the sand like pretty fast, and that kind of freaked me out, especially like getting up close to the side of the ship where the sand meets the side of the ship. Like, you could easily sink down in there if the sand isn't strong enough, and I just didn't want to get on it. But then there were people that showed up that did get on it, and I was like, so we just left. But got some good photos of that, and I just love boats and that kind of stuff, so seeing one on the beach like that was super, super rad. One of the days that we were there, we actually went to one of the coolest places I think I've ever been. Kill Devil Hills, which was literally the line for Kill Devil Hills, which is, yes, the real name of a town. The town line was literally like a block away from where we were staying, so we were technically in Kill Devil Hills and Nags Head at the same time. But Kill Devil Hills is where the Wright brothers flew their plane for the first time. It's where human flight was invented. The 4 flights that the Wright brothers flew in the Wright Flyer happened right up the road from where we were staying. So they have a big national park there. You can go and look at the runway runway. It's just a little strip of grass, and there's the rail where the plane was actually sitting, the launch rail, and there's rocks to show the launches and landings of all of the flights that they did. And then they have a small little building there with a replica of the Wright Flyer, because the real Wright Flyer is in the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum in DC, which we didn't go to on this trip, but the last time we were there, we did go there, and we did see the original, real Wright Flyer, which is, it's insane to look at that thing. Even the replica at the Wright Brothers Memorial, it just looks like it's made out of popsicle sticks. It's insane. So that was a really cool experience, and they have a big statue there, and a bunch of it's just a big open field, really, but it is a spot that is so special and is such a huge part of our history. So it was really cool to be in that spot and be in the place where the first human flight happened. That was one of the highlights of the trip. And yeah, we pretty much just relaxed. Those were about the only things that we really did, like activities that we really did, other than going for walks and hanging out on the beach and looking for seashells and all that stuff. So we left North Carolina on Tuesday, and then drove home, and now we're here. And I'm happy to be home. But it's like hot as shit here. Hotter here than it was in North Carolina. And I'm literally miserable up here because we haven't put the air conditioners in yet. So I think that's going to be it for this video. It's way too long. I got one more video from this trip coming, a little bit of a short film style thing that I'm really excited about, and I'm really excited to share with you. Best day of my life, perhaps. So yeah, that's going to be it. I'm sweating my ass off. I love you. Glad you're here. Make something.